Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a replay analysis for one of the games that a viewer, Electronic, commented on one of my previous videos. So this is the game. So Electronic is oleksii2023 and they played a game against this master level player jb63. And I'm going to do a slightly different analysis. I'm going to actually look at the result first, which I don't do in most of my videos. We're going to go in reverse. So let's take a look at the score. So JB won with 168. So they won by 7 points over Oleksii. And then if we take a look at the statistics for this game. So the number of take workers action was, so Oleksii ended up taking 7 compared to 3 by JB. So they got more take workers actions. Number of sell goods actions was almost the same. Number of take tiles actions was almost the same. Number of place tiles actions is almost the same. Number of tiles bought. Oleksii bought like 3 more tiles. I'll put a plus there. Number of free actions was almost the same. Points with sold goods. So definitely seems like Oleksii sold more goods this game. So that is giving me a rough idea that they probably placed more ships than JB. But we'll find that out once we go over the game. Points with regions. Again, Oleksii scores like 5 more points. Kind of similar though, but yeah, they score 5 more points. Points with animals is almost the same as well. Points with watchtowers is almost the same. Points with bonus tiles. Again, Oleksii scores more. They score like 5 more points again. Points with yellow tiles. So this is where I think JB makes up the most, like the big difference in points. So they get 25 points compared to 0 of Oleksii. Points with unsold goods. Again, they get 4 points. Whereas Oleksii probably did not have any goods in storage at the end of the game. Points with silver coins. Oleksii gets 3 more points here. Points with workers, end of the game is almost the similar. Percentage of doubles rolled. JB had a higher percentage of doubles rolled. So if we do a quick math, so over here Oleksii gets 4 extra points. Here they get 3 extra points. Here they get 10 extra points. Here they get 5 extra points. Here they get 5 extra points. Here they get 3 extra points. Here JB gets 25 extra points and here they get 4 extra points. So JB ends the game with, I guess, let's just calculate both sides. So this for JB it's 29 more points than they got than Oleksii, and Oleksii got, what is this, 17, 20, 27 plus 3, 30. So it's actually almost the same points. Like Oleksii, in the end, Oleksii got plus 1 point. Let me make sure I did the math right. 17, 22, 27, 30. Yeah. So Oleksii got 1 point extra. So the point difference kind of lies in, points with workers too. Yeah. Points with workers is 1, right? This one. So that's an even 30. Even 30. So where did the win come from? Where did this extra 7 points come from for JB? JB. Yeah. So let's try to find that out. I think this is like that. Yeah. Okay, so we covered most of the fields. Number of free actions, sold goods, we did all of that. Points with animals was almost the same. Points with watchtowers is the same. Points with bonus tiles is the same. Total points. So yeah, let's get into the game. Like, I'm not sure where that point difference is coming from. And we will find out who ends up winning. Okay, so I have the game pulled up. We're going to take a look at this game from the point of view of Oleksii, just because they requested this video. So I'm gonna see if there's certain moves that I would have made differently compared to what they did. Okay, so it's board number 6, the board with like all the big river of water in the middle. Refresh this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the game starts with Oleksii being the first player and JB being player number 2. And Oleksii rolls a 1 and a 2 and JB rolls a 3 and a 6. So some really important tiles on the board right now. Tile number 24 is really strong. Tile number 13 is extremely strong early on. Tile number 26 is not that strong, so I wouldn't prioritize it too much. There's one mine that showed up, and a mine is always good on this board because you have so many region 1 spots for this mine. You really want to go for it. And then if you look at the water, so 1, 2 and 3 water showed up. So just at a high level, looking at this board right now, there isn't a lot I can do as Oleksii. Both the players decided to start the game at the top, which I find interesting. I like to start in the middle, but there is an argument for starting at the top too. JB rolled a 6 and a 3. Let's take a look at the move Oleksii made, and then we'll see if we can find a better move. So they took yellow tile number 13. Okay, let's see. So they take the water and yellow tile number 13. Yeah, I think that's a good move. I think I might have done the same. There is an argument where I might have gone for the castle over yellow tile number 13, but I think I'm happy with it. I think I'm fine with that. JB gets a 6 and a 3, so I think they definitely want to pick up the mine here and maybe the water from the 3. Let's see. Okay, so they decide to jump ahead in turn order instead. So they sell the goods with 6. They buy a water. They straight up place the water with the 3, pick up the 4, and then they get another turn. But now the problem is that I guess they can still pick up the ship and the castle. I think that's what they should do maybe. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, Oleksii, it kind of works out for them because they can just take the mine now and they don't need to wait for the mine. And the 1 is a downside because they cannot do anything with the 1, so I'd just take workers here. Or they could sell goods too. Okay. So, okay, I see why they sold goods, because they are getting ready to pick up yellow tile number 24, which can be pretty strong in this case. I think I would have slightly preferred taking workers rather than selling goods here, just because you have 3 tiles in your storage, so you want those on the board as soon as possible before going into phase B. And our opponent would have had to like double sell or something to pick up yellow tile number 24, so they could still pick it up before Oleksii. So I think taking workers would have been nice, and we can see that now because they roll a 3 and a 6, and they I guess they'll have to take workers to place any of these tiles. So yeah. Okay, for JB, okay, so Oleksii 3 and a 6 and JB as player 1, so they have 2 and a 2. They don't have ideal tiles either because they need a connection to this castle. So they need a building at this 6th spot, and then they need a water, which they have, and then they can place this castle. So it's going to be tricky for them as well. I think they should just take a building maybe, and no, actually they should take a building maybe and then sell goods. Let's see. Okay, so they do not sell goods. They instead take the market and then they take workers. Okay. They are really trying to get this connection done before they even get their 2 silver. Okay, let's see what Oleksii ends up doing. So they take workers now, and with the 6 they place the water. They take this good. So now they have gotten a double turn because they skip in turn over Oleksii. Now they roll a 4 and a 5. Yeah, I think that's a really strong, really good roll for them, because with the 4 they can pick up the boarding house, and with the 5 they could just place the boarding house. Okay, so they instead decide to place yellow tile number 13 first and then take the boarding house. This is fine, but I guess they can still roll a 1 and a 6. So I think it's fine. Okay, JB with a 6 and a 2 now. So I think it works out for them. With the 6 they can place the market, and with the 2 they can place a water if they want. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. 6 and a 3 is just exactly what they need, because now they can place the castle, sell goods, and with the 3 they can sell another good, get 2 silver. Okay, let's see. Oleksii with a 6 and a 2. So it works out for them. They can place the boarding house and the mine, and then they have the option to decide if they want to go for yellow tile number 24. Trying to think. I think I might have gone for, if I was in their shoes, I would probably pick this tile up. I think there's a lot of utility for this tile, like in terms of long-term scoring. You can always pick up animals on this board at any point in the game. So I probably would have prioritized going for this tile. Okay, so that I do not agree with. So when they take the market from the board, like you're always going to have buildings. Like I see where you're going with picking up this market. Like I think your thought process is that, okay, I can finish it, I can put it here, or I can put it in this spot or somewhere and get a water. But the thing is, you need to realize that your opponent is player 1 going into phase B, and they're always going to have the upper hand in picking up water. And in this case, they only need like 1 water, because 2 waters showed up and they're already 1 stop ahead of you. So I would have really prioritized going for the yellow tile, especially because our opponent couldn't do it. So yellow tile number 24 would have been really beneficial, and then I could have freely started picking up animals throughout the game. Yeah, just my thought, what I would have done differently. Okay, JB with a 2 and a 5, and Oleksii with a 4 and a 5. Okay, with a 2 and a 5, I think if I was JB, I would just take the mine from here. And maybe, actually I'm not sure if I would take the mine. Let me see. I would definitely take one of these waters. Yeah, I'm not sure what JB should do. Maybe take the mine and take a water. But there's also 2 mine in the black market. But there's also this, and the sheep that showed up. So maybe they want to save their silver for that. Okay. For Oleksii, they roll a 4 and a 5. So they go for the castle. I don't know. Okay, I can see why they would do that, because JB has a mine now, so they can place the mine here and they can start putting their sheep here, so they would immediately get connection to this castle. So I can see why Oleksii might want to block them with the castle pickup. And what are they going to do with the 5? Probably place the market, or they could even like, place the castle. Okay. Pick up yellow tile number 1. Interesting. Yeah, I think I would have done things differently. If you did end up picking the castle, then you're like letting this water stay on the board, so you're not competing as hard for water. So I probably would have instead just placed the castle and taken a water over here instead of yellow tile number 1. I mean, yellow tile number 1 is useful for this region of 6 buildings, but yeah, the way I play most of these games is I try to compete heavily on water, even if my opponent is in the lead. So I think this gives their opponent room to pick up the other water. Actually, now that I look at the board, I don't think they can easily pick up the other water. So let's see what happens. So JB with a 5 and a 6. Okay, so they place the water and they take goods and they take the boarding house. Okay, so the water is still on the board. So I think Oleksii got lucky in that case, that their opponent couldn't pick up this water without discarding any tiles. So they should definitely pick up this water with the 5 and a 5. Okay, they place yellow tile number 1. They take workers. They buy a mine. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think they should have placed this market over here, get a connection to this 1, and then you can take workers. That would give you the 2 silver. So you can still buy a mine, and you can, from the market, you can pick up a water. I think that's what I would prefer, but I think they might be trying to go for completing their mines sooner. Thing is, I wouldn't have placed yellow tile number 1 right away because you're not close to using its effect, plus you'll need another yellow tile to finish this region before your opponent. Okay, let's see. So JB with a 2 and a 4. Okay, so yeah, they can definitely place the mine, and I think with they could actually place the boarding house and then place the mine too if they want to. Oh, so they actually take another mine. Nice. So you would have thought they would go for the sheep because they already have some sheep, but they are trying to stop Oleksii from getting a huge jump in mines, so they just pick up both the mines, and they have 2 spots and 4 workers, so that's easily doable for them. They could even pick up the town hall at some point and place the town hall, place the mine at 1. Okay, Oleksii with a 1 and a 4. Okay, so they place the market, complete that region. They pick up the water now, and they pick up a bank. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Oleksii with a 3 and a 6 and JB with a 2 and a 4. That's a beautiful roll for JB because they can place both the mines if they want. Actually, they have an even better move. They can pick up the town hall with the 2 and then place it with the 4 and place a mine at this 1 spot, and that gives them a connection to this castle. So I think that worked out really good for them. If we look at Oleksii's board, so they can place a mine with the 3, and with the 6 I would probably just place a water maybe. Let's see. Okay, so JB, instead of going for the town hall here, instead decides to... Okay, so they instead decide to pick up the boarding house and place that. Okay. And Oleksii with 3 and a 6. Let's see what they do. Okay, so they place a mine with the 3, and then they place a water with the 6, picking up some goods. Yeah, I think you could have, instead of putting the water down, you could have also taken workers, because tile number 13 is really strong. So the more workers that you take, the more silver you're going to get throughout the game. If we look at the statistics again, so Oleksii did end up taking 7 worker actions, but with yellow tile number 13, you should be totally comfortable taking like 9 or even more worker actions. I think I've had games where I've taken like 12 worker actions with yellow tile number 13, and it's really paid off. So just something to note, selling goods isn't as strong with yellow tile number 13 because taking worker is giving you that 1 silver, so you don't need to keep selling goods to keep up. Okay, let's see what JB is doing. Okay, Oleksii with a 1 and a 5 and JB with a 5 and a 6. So see, 5 and a 6 isn't the best role for them. I mean, they have enough workers to do it, but I would have probably preferred taking the town hall and using that. And okay, oleksii with a 1 and a 5, so they can just place this bank over here and take workers maybe. Okay. I forgot they can take the town hall now. Okay, so oleksii takes the town hall, and with the 5, do they place the town hall and then place the bank? Okay. Now the downside with that is you're going into a new round with 0 workers. That isn't ideal. And they buy another town hall. I guess that makes sense because you have yellow tile number 13. I really wished oleksii would have gone for yellow tile number 24 in this game. I think it would have really helped them out in terms of long-term scoring. It would have also put more pressure on JB to pick up animals and leave some good tiles for oleksii. Okay. So we are in phase C of the game. And JB rolls a 3 and a 3, oleksii rolls a 1 and a 6. So there's no water in the black market, no yellow tiles, no animals. There's 2 water that showed up. There's 2 animals on the board. There's a mine. Okay. So both these players want this mine, right? Because they want to get the bonus for completing mines before their opponent. Both the players have a decent connection to this castle if they want. I think oleksii just needs an animal or a water here or a yellow tile. And JB already has a connection. I think if I was JB, I would just take the castle. I would take a mine. But then you're giving up the water to oleksii. But the problem is you cannot place that water easily. Oh yeah, see, that's why it's so important having workers, because even if oleksii picks up this water, they cannot... Oh no, they can place it with the 6. Never mind. Okay, so let's see what actually happens. So JB with a 3 and a 3. So they take a castle, they place the castle, and they take the water. Okay. Yeah, so they are not prioritizing the mine, and that makes sense because turn order is really important on this board. And I think their thinking is they want to completely block off oleksii from completing their water. So the only way they can do it is just keep taking water every round and stay ahead in turn order. So that's why water is more important than the mines. oleksii is in a tricky spot though, because to take this mine, I guess what they can do is they can take the church, they can place the church with the 1, that'll give them the mine, and then they can buy a carpenter's workshop. Because they have yellow tile number 1, so they can keep placing buildings at a crazy pace and finish these regions. Okay, they pick up the warehouse instead. I think that's also fine because they are also selling goods now. Okay, 4 and a 2 for JB and 5 and a 1 for oleksii. Okay, so they take the carpenter's workshop. Nice. So they take the buy the carpenter's workshop, place it, get a town hall, and with the 4 they pick up a water. So they are just 1 building away from completing this region of 4, and they are ahead on the water lead as well, way ahead now because they picked up both the water on the board. And 1 and a 5 for oleksii. So they place the mine, get that bonus, and with the 5, what should they do with the 5? I think just take workers. There is an argument that you can take yellow tile number 6. I think that's also fine. Yeah, I think I'm fine with either one. Do not sell with the 5. I wouldn't sell with the 5 because you already have a building that sells goods for you. And yellow tile number 13 is really strong to get silver. So either take workers or take yellow tile number 6. I think both of those are good moves. Yep. Okay, JB with a 5 and a 5 and oleksii with a 4 and a 5. Okay, so JB can just place this with the 5, the town center, the town hall, place a water if they want. They also need one of these buildings, right? Yeah, actually I would even sell with the 5, place the town hall, place a water, take some goods. Yeah, and then try to get closer to buying the watchtower maybe. Okay, Oleksii uses his 4 to place the warehouse now, and then with the 5 probably just take workers here. Okay, and they buy the carpenter's workshop. I think that's fine. Maybe there's an argument for buying the watchtower, because then your opponent cannot buy from the black market as easily. They'll have to pick up the bank from the board. Plus there's also the yellow tile for the watchtower, so if you pick it up and then later on you can try to pick up more watchtowers as they show up. The thing with yellow tile number 1 is you always want to combo yellow tile number 1 with one of these building end of game bonus tiles. That's the most benefit you can get out of yellow tile number 1. So I think if you watched my TLS video, I think I mentioned it in that, like all of these building bonus tiles really combo well with yellow tile number 1. So you need to have at least like 2 or 3 of these to get the maximum benefit from yellow tile number 1. Because just completing region of buildings is not usually enough. Against like a stronger opponent, you also want a lot of end game bonus points. Okay. So let us see what JB does. They have a 2 and a 2. Oleksii with a 5 and a 6. So with the 2 and 2, JB could, yeah, let's see what they do. So they pick up the bank. Okay, makes sense. It's going to complete this region for them. And Oleksii with a 5 and a 6. So they pick up an animal now. They place the animal with the 5. Okay. See, again, such a good, another big point that they should have picked up yellow tile number 24. Just it gives you a lot of flexibility. Like that tile isn't the best in all the boards, but I think on this board especially I would prioritize that tile. Okay, last 2 turns of phase C. JB with a 2 and a 4 and Oleksii with a 6 and a 5. Okay, let's see what moves they make. I think they just should probably place the mine and then sell the 4 or something like that. Just make more room for different types of goods. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So they pick up the carpenter's workshop and they also pick up the watchtower. So they are also competing for this region of 6 buildings now. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I probably might not have done that. I would have just maybe even pick up this animals, like complete this region of animals or something. But okay. They've committed to completing this region. It's also making it harder actually for Oleksii to do things with their carpenter's workshop because it's a dead tile now. Like you cannot pick up any building with it. You do not have the yellow tile bonus for it. So it's like a 0-point building for them. So with the 5 they take workers, and with the 6 they place yellow tile number 6. I think those were like super unlucky rolls for Oleksii. I think last 2-3 turns, if I'm not wrong, they rolled like 6s and 5s. And they needed some lower numbers, maybe like a 2 to place this yellow tile, so they got a little unlucky over there. Okay, new round. And there it is, yellow tile number 15 shows up. It's extremely strong tile. Yellow tile number 16 shows up too, which isn't like super strong for Oleksii right now because they only have one of those buildings. And one castle shows up. Okay, let's see. So if I was JB, I definitely want to pick up yellow tile number 15. Maybe pick up one of these waters. I wonder why they did it like that. Okay, that's really interesting to me. They place the carpenter's workshop, right? They pick up the town hall, and then they place the watchtower with the 1. Why not place the town hall and the watchtower, and then you have an extra space in your storage? Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess their reasoning is they have all these spots to place the town hall, and then they really want to place this water in this spot down here. So that's why they are fine giving up a space just so that they can get a better positioning for this water. I think that's their reasoning. 4 and a 3 for Oleksii. So with the 4, they take a water. They buy another water. And then they discard the carpenter's workshop to pick up another water. Okay, that's a bold move. I like it though, because that will give them player 1 over their opponent if they play it right. Okay, so 4 and a 2 for JB. So JB really doesn't want to place the ship now because they want Oleksii to hold on to this 2 water for as long as they can. Okay, so JB is starting to work on their region of buildings. Okay, Oleksii places the first water, picks up some nice goods. With the 1, I think I'd probably just pick up the carpenter's workshop here, because you still want to, even though you have tile number 1, there's only a limited number of buildings between phase D and E. So I would probably pick up the carpenter's workshop here. Yeah. Okay, JB with a 6 and a 6. Maybe just taking the animal and placing it here. I don't know. Okay. Oleksii with a 2 and a 3. So they place the carpenter's workshop. They get a watchtower and then just place the watchtower. Okay. It's fine. The thing is, they cannot place any of their water because JB still has a water. So you want to place these 2 water as the last action of this round. In this case, I would actually just, I don't know, take double workers if I was Oleksii, maybe. Okay, JB with the 1 and a 3. Yeah, I think you just take the castle and place the castle and place the boarding house, I think. Okay. See, with that 2 and a 4, so they take workers and I think take workers. Okay. 1 and a 4 is good for them because they can jump ahead in turn order. JB with the 5 and a 6. They might still go to place a water here. So they actually don't place the water. They pick up this tile and then place it for yellow tile number 16. Okay. Oleksii places their first water, picks up a big stack of goods. Nice. And then they place their other water and pick up, I think from here, 5 and a 6. Final round of the game. So yellow tile number 25 is really strong. So Oleksii will just need to sell this 3 or 5 or 6 to get a lot of benefit from it. Question is, can they block their opponent? And the answer is no. So JB just needs 1 water to complete their region of 6 water. Oleksii needs 1 water too, but they also need yellow tile number 25. Plus they also need buildings. They need 3 buildings and there's only 4 buildings that showed up on the board. So they need 3 out of these 4 buildings. Whereas JB only needs 2 out of 4 buildings. And if we look at the buildings that JB can pick up, so they can pick up the bank, they can pick up the market, They actually, yeah, these are exactly the two buildings that JB can pick up. They cannot pick up this or this. So that kind of narrows the answer down. So if I was Oleksii, I would take yellow tile number 25. I would probably pick up the market, place the market. But I don't even have to place the market. I could just pick up the market and the bank here, I think. That's fine. Let's see what they do. Yeah, actually, I think that makes a lot of sense to me. No. I guess I see the reason why they are going for this style, because okay, actually I see the reason why they are going for this style. It's so that they can still complete their region of 6 water, because there is a small chance that JB just puts a water, jumps ahead in turn order, buys a water, and then takes both the water and blocks Oleksii. Another workaround for this problem is you take you buy yellow tile number 25, and then you take the market, and then you just place the market to get a water. But then you're making it slightly harder for you to complete this region. Because the thing is, if I was JB, I would just take both these buildings and be done with it. Yeah, just place the water, jump ahead in turn order, buy the town hall. Yeah, I think none of these players are completing their region of 6 buildings. Yeah, with this 5, they just buy the carpenter's workshop, and with the 2, I think they can just take this yellow tile if they want, or they can even take some animals. They should definitely buy yellow tile number 25. Oh yeah, I forgot they do need another water too. Okay. So Oleksii discards the market. They go for the castle. Okay. Place the castle. Take another castle. Okay. Okay, so at this point, Oleksii is doing pretty good. They have completed the mines before their opponent. They have completed water ships before their opponent, and they completed castle second. And JB has completed the castles before Oleksii, but they have these incredibly strong tile number 15 and 25, which can give them a lot of points. And they are yet to complete their region of 6 water. That's a lot of points too. Okay, at this point I'm just going to speed through the game, because I think Oleksii should sell these goods pretty soon. JB just needs to place this water over here and place a water. Place this yellow tile and place a water. That's all they need to do. Maybe pick up a chicken and complete it over here. I think that would be strong for them too. Or put it there. That's 5 points. Oleksii sells goods, and they sell more goods. Okay. Another reason this yellow tile number 25 would have been extremely strong for them, because you see they got blocked on the buildings anyways. So if they had just placed the market, they would have gotten the water, and they would have also blocked their opponent from completing their buildings. So yeah, I think that was a slight misplay maybe. Yeah, this tile would have been worth like 9 plus 3, maybe like 12 points for them maybe, and that's minus 6 points their opponent wouldn't have gotten. Okay. I think their thinking was that they still had a slight chance of finishing their buildings, but their opponent had a lot of workers, so there was a high chance that they were going to get blocked too on buildings. So just, yeah, these micro decisions really play a big role in these games. Okay, so their opponent is just pretty close to completing their water now. And Oleksii should probably just sell these goods and yeah, maybe just place the bank. Or they can also take workers. That's also the same amount of points for them. Okay, they buy that instead. Okay. Place that. Okay. I think they get more points by just taking workers instead of buying the pigs. Because you're losing 2 points, so it's only worth 2 points. And you spent a worker to place it. So it's only worth 1 point, net 1 point. Whereas they were at 2 workers and 5 silver. If they had just taken workers, they would be at 4 workers and 6 silver. So that is net 2 points for them compared to net 1. I guess it isn't that big of difference, but if the game was like dead even, then it would have mattered. Okay, JB with the 1 and a 6, so just complete their water. Okay, and that was the game. So 161 to 168. So JB ended up winning in the end. I think I already talked through the decisions that I would have made differently. Yeah, I think this yellow tile would have made a difference if Oleksii would have prioritized that over getting a water. Like take the market, place the market, take a water, and then buy yellow tile number 25 and just give up on completing your buildings. You're still forcing your opponent to spend actions to block you by taking buildings. And you're creating a double threat by getting a bunch of points from yellow tile number 25. And another big change I would have done is I would have picked up yellow tile number 24 at the beginning of the game. But yeah, overall, I think Oleksii did play a really good game. JB made some interesting decisions too that I would have probably done differently. They committed to this region of buildings. Instead of that, I probably would have gone heavy on animals. Just because Oleksii wasn't going for a lot of animals. I would have started working on that instead of this region. But it really worked out for them, because if they did not commit to these buildings, then Oleksii could have completed their region of 6. So maybe it was the right move. But yeah, pretty interesting game. Thank you to Oleksii for sending me the game ID and suggesting we do a review for this game. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you notice anything I missed or some other like good plays or misplays that should be pointed out, then please let us know too. And thank you all. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.